Hello, YouTube. What is going on? It is your boy GZTV back with another video, and in this video, we are going to be discussing the latest episode of Dexter I've watched. This is the second episode of season 7, and obviously, the last 3 episodes have been crazy because there's this whole storyline that. And now Deborah officially knows he's a serial killer. Like, there was some uncertainty at the end of last season, but now it's like, oh shit, she knows what Dexter is. So yeah, obviously episode 2, there's a lot to look forward to, and this is really the first time Dexter has faced a whole lot of adversity in this series, honestly. Like, you watch a show like Breaking Bad and Walter White is damn near, like, flawless throughout the show, but here Dexter actually gets, like, caught. So, following Dexter's big reveal to Deb that he's a serial killer, she runs from his apartment, out of panic. We know that Deborah has gone through so much stuff. And by the way, this video is going to really sum up the episode. I'm not talking second by second, scene by scene, exactly everything that happened in the episode, because I feel like that's unnecessary. This was almost an hour of television. So, at the office, Deborah looks up the Bay Harbor Butcher, and she's like, oh, the blood slides in your apartment. They replicate Sergeant Dokes. And he's like, yep, I was the Bay Harbor Butcher, This whole time, Sergeant Dokes got framed for it. He died in, like, a fire. And yeah, she's starting to put all the pieces together. Like, oh shit, Dexter might have been the one that set this fire off. Like, Dexter realizes that if the prosthetic hand found in his apartment is genuine, it can't still be at the station. Someone had to take it away, and this is news to him. Obviously, this was an inner circle thing between, like, Ryan, Masuka, and Lewis. Like the forensics interns and Masuka. So Dexter didn't even know about this, like, in case you forgot. He's trying to look through evidence, and he can't find it. He's like, well, can't find it. That means that hand is real. Someone delivered it to me. And Masuka kind of tells him the truth about a lot of things, but he doesn't tell him that, like, Lewis sent him it. He didn't even know Lewis had it, actually. At Deborah's next briefing, she orders the Foxhole strip club to be shut down twice a day until someone tells them something about Mike Anderson's death, because at this point in the investigation, they know for, like, a damn fact that someone has something to do in the club with the death of the girl. Like, someone in their organization, someone in their upper management, possibly. They're not sure. Obviously, Dexter killed the guy, so it's, like, really interesting that they're still investigating. I'm not sure how often the show does something like that, but again, a lot of interesting things, a lot of firsts, I guess you could say, for this show this season. Like, breaking a lot of barriers for what this show means to people. Talking privately outside the station, Deborah tells Dexter that she came very close to arresting him and even thought about what she would say to the press. Like, he's my brother, like, she doesn't know how to handle this. She's in such a terrible situation, and you're supposed to feel bad for Deborah's character, and obviously you do to an extent. You know what I mean? And the show does a very good job of doing that, unlike, how we criticize The Idol. The show does a good job at, like, making the audience show sympathy. So, yeah. Like, and again, she thought about arresting him, but, like, what would that even come with? Like, she is not even, like, sure what that would cause. Like, people wouldn't look at her the same. I don't know. Like, an inner family member being a murderer and you're a lieutenant, like, that'd look terrible. Maria LaGuerta hears back from a private lab that the blood on the slide found in the church belonged to Travis Marshall, so she's kind of, like, thinking to herself, and again, this is one of the more interesting storylines in this season as well. She's thinking to herself, oh shit, like, the Bay Harbor Butcher, that was a part of that case. So maybe the Bay Harbor Butcher's back. The cops shut down the strip club yet again, which angers the manager, George Novikov, who calls it harassment. There is pretty good probable cause. One of your workers mysteriously left a club and never came back. Like, is it your environment? Is it, like, people are speculating it's one of the bouncers. Like, it's none of those. It's actually someone a part of this, like, criminal organization from Ukraine that they have no idea about, except Dexter. Dexter doesn't know about the organization, I don't think, but he knows about Victor. While asking questions, Quinn hits it off with a dancer, Nadia. Now, we know Quinn. He's a ladies' man, so that's no surprise. On the first night of her serial killer rehab, Deborah instructs Dexter that he will be sleeping in her bed while she sleeps on the couch near the door, obviously so he can't escape, because if she went to sleep in her bed and he's out in the living room, he could just sneak out so easily. Yeah. Like, we need honesty, we need all this stuff. Deborah's really trying to help him, and it's really nice, but, like, I don't think you're going to be able to help Dexter. He has something deep down that's always going to push him to do stuff like this. Quinn and Batista interview Tom Rush, who has little to say. Yeah, he didn't do it. Like, he actually didn't do it. Masuka complains about having to work the Wayne Randall case because it, like, just started circulating in the office. So, like, it's kind of fucked up that they made Masuka do that. While at the dig site, for this whole Wayne Randall thing, Dexter strikes up a conversation with Wayne Randall, a serial killer, and obviously Wayne doesn't know that Dexter's a serial killer himself, but, like, obviously a lot of relatable conversation, like, spewing about between these two. During lunch hour, Dexter breaks into Louis Green's penthouse. Deborah makes a mistake and lets him go off for lunch, and he, like, beats the shit out of him, like, leave me the fuck alone, don't come to my house when Jamie's there, you guys can do your own fucking thing. Like, he gives Louis a proper warning, like, get the fuck away from me, you're bothering me, you're ruining shit, like, what are you doing? Don't come to me at work, don't come to my house, like, come on, man. Louis comes home unexpectedly, sees his laptop open. And Dexter realizes he canceled his credit cards, all that stuff. I mean, all that stuff kind of stacked up on top of each other. Oh, well, sorry, this is when it happened. He was kind of breaking into Lewis's apartment to see, like, he realizes, like, he has a feeling, he has this instinct, like, something's wrong with this fucking guy. Then he officially attacks him, all that stuff. Back at the dig site, Deborah's upset that Dexter arrived late and didn't answer her messages, like, realizing she kind of failed and to protect him and to make sure he doesn't do anything. After yet another strip club shutdown, George returns to his office to find Isaac Serko, a leader in the Kashka Brotherhood, waiting for him. The Kashka Brotherhood, obviously, like, this Ukrainian criminal organization that's, like, terrorizing Miami right now. Pretty much. Well, like, subliminally. Nadia calls Joey Quinn and asks for a ride home from the club because her car won't start, and you kind of think, like, given the context of the whole situation, she might, like, fuck with him and do something. But no, it seems like a genuine relationship between those two, and maybe Quinn is going to use that to get deeper into, like, this club and its secrets. The FBI sends the blood slides from the Bay Harbor Butcher case to LaGuerta. She requests them. She's like, oh shit, like, these are the exact same. And, yeah. So she's going to have to keep that in mind because the Bay Harbor Butcher's still out there, Dexter arrives home annoyed to see Louis there, hanging out with Jamie Batista and flaunting the fact that he's not scared of him. You fucking should be, buddy. You should. Honestly. You really should be. I don't know. Quinn drives Nadia home and she flirts with him without providing more information. She just kind of wants to use this to use Quinn, pretty much. During dinner, Dexter injects a sedative into Deborah's steak so he can sneak out while she's asleep, and obviously she falls asleep. He goes to Lewis's house, beats the fuck out, like, injects him with M99, wants to kill him. But that kind of goes against his code, don't you think? Like, there's no justification to really kill Louis right now. Sure, he hasn't really broke into your apartment. He's always been with Jamie. He looked through your shit. He's done a lot of things, gone against your rules. But he didn't kill anyone. He's not a criminal. He probably has no record. Canceled your credit card, sure. Stole the hand, sure. But nothing that's like a criminal offense, And that no one's looking for him. And he can't go through with it, and it looks like Deborah's therapy is starting to kind of work, and she kind of helps him out. The next day, Isaac and Jurg Yelia Shkevich pay Tony Rush a visit because he talked to the police and end up killing him, of course, because why the fuck would you talk to the police when you're working for a criminal organization? I'm sure all the dancers know about this, bro. Dexter and Deborah are back at the dig site, and this is where Wayne Randall runs in front of the bus, kills himself. Oh man, kind of unexpected. It's really fucked up. I don't have anything to say. You know, Dexter somewhat found a connection with this guy, and then he just killed himself. Dexter was obviously seemed very like broken down by what happened here. But again, I have nothing to say. Up next, a pretty negative videos coming out on this channel. Fuck, man. Like, do I even want to talk about this? I don't know. You know, obviously, you guys know we watch a movie once a week, but the movie this week, my God, I don't want to see it again on my timeline. I don't want to see it anywhere. But leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it is GZTV giving you guys the best TV content. Obviously, movie content is coming up. I'm watching The Walking Dead at some point today. The aftermath of the first part finale for season 10. So that'll be very interesting. But yeah, again, have a good rest.